A lot of people, when they first try to solve the Square-1 puzzle, they get really intimidated, especially because of the shape shifting, and it just seems super complicated and confusing. But let me tell you, it is actually pretty easy, and if you know how to solve the 3x3, which will probably help if you already know how to solve that, then you should be able to easily learn how to solve the Square-1. So, in this video, I am going to be showing you an easy method for solving the Square-1. Oh, and by the way, if you like this video, maybe consider subscribing for more cubing related content. Let's get into it. Before learning how to solve the Square-1, it is important to learn notation. So, a forward slash, if you see a slash in the notation, it means to just do this. You can't do it only halfway. You won't be able to turn at that point. You have to go all the way around. The top and bottom sides always only have yellow or white, or some black and white, depending on your cube. The other notation uses numbers. So, the edge pieces, those are worth 1, and the corners are worth 2 because they're bigger. So during notation, if you see 1, it means to do a 1 clockwise, and if you see a 1 after the other number, then you do the bottom side clockwise. If it's negative, you turn it counterclockwise, and if you see it like a 2, it would be, if you see a negative 2, 0, it would mean move the top counterclockwise 2 and move the bottom not at all. Make sure to put a 0 in if you don't move that side at all, if you are doing that. For the first step, cube shape, what you first want to do, this step is very intuitive. You just want to try to get all of the little edge pieces all right next to each other. It might be a little difficult, you might have some trouble at first, but over time you'll get used to it and you'll just be able to do it without thinking as much. But you'll get this like Millennium Falcon shape with all of the edges right next to each other. So once you get that shape, you want to put the 2 quarters towards the front, and also make sure whenever you're doing your algorithms to always make sure the smaller rectangle is on the left. If it's not, then you just have to indent the middle a little bit. But that's about it for that. And now you can just do this algorithm. /2 4 /1 2 /-3 -3 slash, and then the cube shape is solved. Oh, and if you get a case where the middle is still misaligned, you do not have to worry about that until the very end of solving the cube. All you have to make sure is that it's square on top and square on bottom, and then cube shape is done. The next step after you have cube shape solved is to make it so that all the corners are on the right side. So all the corners facing this side are all yellow and all white on this side. You don't have to worry about the edges yet. But in order to do this, what you want to do is there's several cases. The first case is if you have one unsolved on both sides. In that case, you want to put them next to each other, like the top you put on the left and the bottom you put on the right. And then you just do this algorithm. 1 /-1, or 10 /-1. And then you'll see there's half of them are solved and they're right next to each other, and then half of them are solved right next to each other, and you just do that same algorithm for that case, and you could even start out with that case. And then you have that step done. Now, you might get diagonal quarters, and 2 diagonal on both sides. Even if it's only on one side, you still pretty much do the same. You just play around with it until you get a case that we just already talked about. And then you can do that. And then the step is done. Now the next step, after you have all the corners on the right sides, you want to get all of the edges on the right sides. The easiest case you'll have is if you have just a line on the top and a line on the bottom. And to do this, you just make both of the lines parallel to each other, facing vertical, if you put it like this. And then you just do this algorithm. 1, 0, slash, -1, -1, slash, 1. 0, 1, I mean. And then you have it like that. If you get the case where all 4 of them are wrong on both sides, it won't matter how it's arranged. So you'll just want to do the algorithm from the first case, which is 1, 0, slash, -1, -1, slash, 0, 1. And then you have the first case, and then you can just do that. Another case you might get is if you have this L shape on both sides, and you want to move the L shape to the right, like this, on both sides, this same, like, area, and then you want to do this algorithm. Slash, 3, 0, slash, -3, -3, slash, 0, 3, slash. And then you have the first case, and you could just do that, and then you have all the edges on the right side. If you get this case, which is a line on top and an L shape on bottom, and if the line is on the bottom, you can easily just flip it and then move the middle correctly. But in this case, the line is on the top, so you want to do the algorithm we just covered after moving it like this. And after you do that algorithm, you'll have the last case, and then you do that algorithm again, and then you have the first case again, and then you have this step done. If you get the case where you have only one corner, one edge unsolved, and only one edge unsolved on both the bottom and top, you want to make it so that the top has the unsolved corner near the front, and the bottom unsolved edge has to be either on the left or the right, but not the front or back. And then you do the first algorithm, and then you have a case we just covered. So, and then you can just do that case. And finally, if you get this case where you have 3 unsolved edges on both sides, then you want to make it so that the unsolved edges are towards the front, on the top, and on the left or right on the bottom. And then you do the same algorithm. 1, 0, slash, -1, -1, slash, 1. And then you have a case that you already know. After you have all the pieces on the correct sides, you want to move around those pieces so that they're all in the right place. So we start with the corners, and in order to do that, you look to see if there's a pair of headlights, so 2 matching corners on the same side. If there's no headlights, just do this algorithm anyways, and then you'll get headlights, and then you can do this again. So you move them to the left, and then you do this algorithm. Slash 0, -3, slash 0, 3, slash 0, -3, slash 0, 3, slash. Then you have them all done on the top side. For the bottom side, what you do is you look for the headlights. Don't worry if the other side gets messed up, but you look for the headlights. You put them to the back, and then you do the algorithm. And if there's no headlights, just do the algorithm anyways, and then you'll get the headlights. And even though this is messed up, it'll be fixed in just a second. Just move this to the left as you're supposed to, and then do the algorithm again. And then all of them are solved, all the corners. after you have all the corners solved, you want to solve all the edges. And in order to do that, you do one side and then the other. But at first, you look for headlights for the first case, and you basically just do this algorithm until the cube is solved. Slash negative 0, negative 3, slash 0, 3, slash 0, negative 3, slash 0, 3, slash 1, 0, slash 0, negative 3, slash 0, 3, slash 0, negative 3, slash 0, 3, slash. And then it's all done. And if it's not solved, if the headlights were on the left like that, if the solved side was on the left, then just repeat it. All the other cases, you can just keep repeating that algorithm until you either get it solved and make sure to have the solved side on the left. If there is no solved side, do the algorithm until you get it like that. But there is a case where after you do all that, like, there will be this case. There's a different algorithm for this case, and there's no way of getting around it. It's a very long algorithm where this piece and this piece need to swap. But here's the algorithm. Slash negative 3, 0, slash 0, 3, slash 0, negative 3, slash 0, 3, slash 2, 0, slash 0, 2, slash negative 2, 0, slash 4, 0, slash 0, negative 2, slash 0, 2, slash 1, 3, slash 0, negative 3, slash, and then you could just realign the bottom. If you are having a hard time memorizing the parity algorithm, which is what that case was, then consider watching. I have a video that covers an easy way to remember how to do this algorithm, and after learning that, it'll make it a lot easier to do. So consider watching that, and it can really help you a lot. Now, once you have the previous steps all solved, you might have the middle still not in cube shape. It's really easy. All you have to do is do this algorithm. Slash 6, 0, slash 6, 0, slash 6, 0. And then that's solved. If you get this weird case where no matter how you align it after this, you can't solve it because this side and this side, the middles need to be swapped, then just do this algorithm. Slash 6, 6, slash, and then align the top and bottom, and then the cube is solved. Now you know how to solve the Square-1 cube. At first, some of the steps, especially cube shape, can be a little complicated and take a while to figure out. But after a lot of practice, you can learn how to solve this really fast, even under a minute or even less, if you really practice and try hard. So, if you like this video, consider watching some of my other videos. See ya!